There's a little microphone button.
I see how you can mute your microphone.
Well, you can mute your mic, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
No, there has to be a way you can mute it. Let me see.
Probably in your tools options.
Yeah, we could just do that every
Yeah,
game.
you can just switch your audio, to a different device. Your audio.
Okay.
I think that's probably going to be the best way. Yeah, I think that's the only way. So.
I can just turn the volume to the lowest. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Accidentally clicked the close button for XSplit. All right, let me start this up. Can you hear us, Nick?
Yeah.
You're supposed to say no, man.
Well, I'll change it as soon as the game starts.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just change it right
yeah,
now.
actually, why don't you change it now? Because we can. Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool.
Testing.
I hear you.
Okay, great. All right, so Shakur's Plateau, talk to us.
Shakur's Plateau. Typically, I don't know. I think it's probably like one of the most balanced maps for ZVP. I know Nick's style, Nick knows my style, and we're both in this for some pretty epic games. And so I'm expecting this to be pretty good, like starting map for the series, because it's really hard for either player to kind of cheese the other. So this should be pretty good.
Okay, great. It looks like he's ready for some Zerg slaying. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. So you're gonna start with, you're gonna start with the early third, and
I'm not even sure yet. It depends on what he's doing, but yeah, I'm anticipating, just standard. He's gonna go forward expand. I'm gonna grab some sort of an early third, and,
right?
Just play my standard macro style.
Sounds good.
Yep. I want to try to abuse sort of the mid-game ZVP here, because you notice the distance between the natural and the third for a Protoss here. There's a nice little area where I can choose to either engage the natural or the third, and I can kind of get like a good amount of surface area on his army that's forced to defend both his third and his natural. So I'm planning on doing some sort of mid-game pressure, but I'm not even sure yet, because I could still just end up going muted depending on what I scout, and just playing like a typical muted ZVP build here.
Right. I mean, is there that kind of gap that you're talking about if he takes the front door one, the front door third?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either way.
Oh, that's true. I guess there is. Yeah, because he's usually in that little choke. That's true, defending his third. Got it.
This is not a map I'm going to go gas pool on, because it's very easy for him to wall off that ramp. He's going to give up map control anyway, so I'm definitely going to go pool and then hatch and then gas, or hatch and then hatch again.
Okay.
That's about all I can really tell you so far.
Right.
So scout to the bottom left with this overlord. Put my 14 pool down.
So I know some Zergs have been trying to basically put the Evo chamber in the Protoss natural when they go FFE.
Yep.
What drone do you have to send to do that?
This one, like 15 after pool.
Okay.
Drone.
Okay.
Yeah. So as long as I don't send it too late, it should get there just in time to block the Nexus, or he's gonna give me a free natural, which would be pretty nice. That did not happen.
We were only so lucky.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
So here, I think I'm in pretty good position, being able to get that pull down. Yeah, the one thing I was going to say, I'm a little bit worried about a cannon rush, but I'm not really, because I'm obviously making Zerglings in time to deal with it.
Right. So, how far behind is he with you putting an Evo chamber there?
He's not extremely far behind. It's not like he's at a game-losing situation or something right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say you know, I'm a good couple drones or so ahead once it all evens out.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's much bigger than I'm making it sound. But here I basically just need to spread my Zerglings out.
Oh, you can actually get there when the broodlings come out, right?
I maybe could have, but I'm not really at a point where I want to risk like losing all my Zerglings
Right.
for something as silly as, you know, possibly killing a cannon.
Right.
But you're right. I definitely, you know, that's something I can consider maybe in the future.
Oh, nice. You got the probe though. That's sweet.
Yep. Able to kill off that probe there. And now I just, you know, I want to play it pretty standard. Try not to make any like hasty decisions because I definitely feel like I have a lead right now. Oh, what am I doing? Alright. Now the other thing I need to make sure is he's not going to do like some sort of one base all in from here because like I have put him at some sort of a deficit, so I definitely need to send my Overlord in here, scout for that Nexus, and then kind of just go from there.
Right.
So let's see what I see here. And there is a Nexus, so he's not doing some sort of a one base all in,
Right.
which is pretty reassuring because I feel as long as he's not doing that, you know, I'm in a pretty good situation here.
If he was, would you cancel the third?
Yeah, I definitely would.
Okay. Just droning, droning, droning.
Yep, droning. Oh. Stole it. Killed my scouting Zergling.
Right. So at what point do you scout for tech at this stage of the game?
At this stage, I'm not really going to be scouting for tech until I scout Vespian Geysers at his natural. So that's the only thing I really have in mind right now.
And no Vespian Geysers are indicative of like a 6-gate rush or something, right? Or early
Yep.
rush.
Yep. So right now, you know, it's starting to get to the point where I'm like, is this some sort of a timing I need to be scouting out for? Because I'm at about 60 supply and not scouting any Vespian Geysers could possibly indicate that. Void
Ray off 2 gas. That's probably a single Stargate, right? Given
Yeah.
it's 2 gas. Yep.
No, there's no way, yeah, he could do it off one base.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess he could, but...
Wow, that's interesting timing here. Wow, that's... It's a lot of zones.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so what units are you trying to... So you're building Spire now.
Yeah, I'm really slow. I feel like I need some sort the game.
You should hold here.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, now it's stabilizing again.
Yep.
So how far behind are you now?
I'm pretty far behind. Not like unwinnable situation, but not a very favorable position whatsoever.
Right. So are you gonna just retake a third, or try to plan like an all-in-ish 2-base?
Retake the third. I don't want to go on from here. I think he would expect it if I would all in from here.
I see.
Our forces are under attack.
I need to reestablish some sort of map control. Maybe try to delay his third, however possible.
Actually, the muta timing will be pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because I saw that immortal. Like the one thing I was worried about would be like some sort of a. It's not gonna
He's got Phoenix. Yeah. Double expanding. So kind of have to commit to mutas even when you see the Phoenixes at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. Well, he hasn't even seen them,
Well, you're still delaying his third. That's still really good.
but yep.
Our forces are under attack. The hive cluster is
There we go.
mutation.
Draw him into the spore.
Our forces are under attack.
And it did not work.
Zealots are so good. So are Phoenixes. Phoenixes
Yeah.
are so good.
Yeah. If I had another two Vespene Geysers, I would have been able to, out macro the Phoenix with I was unable to.
Right.
That's pretty much all it came down to there.
All right. So looking back at the game, kind of what's your thoughts on the game?
I kind of, I don't know, I didn't expect such early pressure, I guess, after delaying his natural for so long. It kind of just, I don't know, just threw me off with that early zealot pressure. What I should have done was just sack the third earlier and just not committed so many resources to trying to save it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that way you would have had a ton more like lings at your natural one.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have had spores or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. What map you want to pick?
What was the map for? Just pretty standard maps?
Yeah, standard maps. I think like Daybreak and
Let's
Dual
go
Sight.
with dual sight.
Okay, Dual Sight.
Oh, is dual sight in there?
Yeah, Dual Sight's in there. Dual Sight is in there. All right, we'll be back. Gonna have to switch. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, switch
All right.
devices.
We shut off the
Yeah.
Skype then.
I gotta tell him. You in the same room with him?
Yeah.
Can you tell him to switch his back on?
Hey, Nick, go Skype.
It's pretty convenient. You're on with him.
Yeah.
Nick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, great. Bryce, can you hear me? All right, good. So, what'd you think of the game?
You know, I didn't play super great, but he wasn't quite ready for that first attack, so I kind of ended it. I think I just got too far ahead on that first cell void ray hit.
Right.
Which is a build I like to use a lot, just because it's kind of like a double threat for the Zerg, and you only need to win one of them, right? Like, they need to deal both the Zealots and the Void Rays, so you need to stop both of those, and you just need one of them to work, and yeah.
Right.
Good,
That was
good
pretty
build
nasty.
timing.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty even after the Evo block.
Yeah.
Okay. He picked dual sight.
All right.
And any strategy you have particularly on dual sight? Let me find it.
A lot of people, you know, the most common build on dual sight is generally there's a like a mass blink stalker 2 base 7 gate, typically because it's pretty hard to hold a third. But
right.
I'm not really that good at using the mass blink stalker timing, so I may try something else.
Okay.
I'm thinking I might just take a third off of. I might just do the same build as last game. I think that's pretty good.
Why not use it again? I mean, right?
Although actually, you know, I don't really like Forge Expo and dual sight too much, so I'll probably open with the 1 gate Expo.
Okay. But the same. But you're still going to be going 1 gate void zealot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna open up with the 1 gate Expo into fast Stargate and
Right.
try to just deny third early with Stargate units.
Mhm.
And if I can hold him to 2 base, this is a map where he'll probably go Master Roach. So I might just try going double Rebel Mortal. Kind of like last game, I kind of thought he might go into Roach
Right.
because of Zealot's early, so I went double Rebel Mortal, but he didn't. It still worked out okay though, because I got Phoenixes too, just in case of the meatless.
Right.
So this game I'll probably do the same thing, but I think it's more likely I'll stick with the Roaches and I'll just crank out Immortals like crazy. And
Right.
then-
It seemed like you're pretty much prepared for any comp there.
yeah,
Just worked
yeah.
out that the first one that you pretty much prepared for were for to kill them. So
If you cut Stalkers out of the build, it really
frees
or
up-
cut Stalkers out of your unit composition, it frees up a lot of gas. You can do, you know,
Yeah.
like everything else.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. That's true.
So it's something I mess around with sometimes is cutting the Stalkers out. Of course, later on, eventually, you're probably gonna want to add in Stalkers, but for the, you know, for like the mid game composition, it's fine to cut them out.
Right.
For late game, you know, you're gonna need them to help deal with Corruptors, you know, because you're gonna know either one Colossi or Air, and Corruptors are good against both those. So, you know, there's some point in needing to add in Stalkers to help deal with Air.
Got it.
The mid game, it's pretty. Your army just has more just overall power because Stalkers are about 100. They're like 175 resources, and they have, you know, a lot less DPS than a Zealot, which is like half the price. So
Right. Yeah, that's true.
straight up, you know, no holds barred, just slugfest. They're not your ideal unit. They're more for finesse or for, you know, if you're trying to hold a choke, things like that.
Right. I see. No, that's a good point.
So I see he's going 14-14, which is part of the reason I like the Forge Expo on a map like this, because if you can't do a full wall-in, there's a lot of Zerg cheeses that can nail your Forge Expo, and especially if they open with 14-14, that's when they have the most options of different cheeses
Like
they can
kind of
pressure.
early roach pressure, or even just all
Yeah.
lanes, right? All lanes works pretty well too.
All lanes can work. It's usually either Bane Buster Roaches though, off the hatchery cancel.
Okay.
And the reason why it's so scary with the 14-14 is because they get speed, denier is scouting, and then you have no idea if they cancel the hatch or not. You don't
That's true.
you don't want to just, you know, build like 4 cannons and then they're dismissing drones.
Right.
It's a little bit of a guessing game sometimes. If you do Forge Expo on a map where you can't do wall in against a build like what he did.
I see.
I'll make up my guess a little early. Because he did 14-14, his first Zergings are late. So I don't mind delaying the first Zealot for a bit. You know, to
okay.
get a little bit of gas. And that's just because his pool is about as late as it could be without going hatch first, which of course I wouldn't let him.
I
Not
see.
gonna let him pull a hatch out of nowhere.
Right.
What I'm doing. So sometimes I get the gas even faster, just to kind of get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get the instant I could have. I could have gone even faster, but this is like a compromise.
Okay.
So see, the Zealot should be out in time. Whereas if I did this and he went for an earlier pull, sometimes it's a little bit iffy, and if the Zealot comes out in time in a shorter map like dual sight.
Oh, I see.
The other nice thing is when you get that gas early, you can get the Stargate extra quick.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say that. Yeah. Still gonna get a sentry. You gonna get a sentry here or no?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's going to be a little bit delayed just because I don't have quite enough gas.
Right.
So sometimes I get the gas even a tiny bit earlier so I can get the sentry a little
Yeah.
bit fast. But
Don't really need it though. Like
Yeah.
right now.
Sometimes if they make like 6 early Zerglings, and then they do the thing where they have them all attacking, and then they micro the ones back that are being hit.
Right.
If you don't get a sentry out in time, you're going to need to put a pylon behind the Zealot. But that's pretty rare, because they're kind of... That build only pays off for the Zerg if you skip a sentry.
Right.
For that before they, you know...
Which isn't
But normally
standard.
they- yeah, normally they get 4 Zerglings, and you're fine doing this. So now the always question is, you know, to send the first Stargate unit out,
Right.
or to try to hide it. And I don't know, I'm kind of non... It is nice to get those overkills early, but
And the whole point of the Stargate, well, the whole point of the Void Ray, normally is just to really scout and prevent like tumors and kill overlords, right? It's not
yeah, and also to hold the Expo against like roaches.
right, but it's not actually meant to do like a ton of like
No.
mineral line damage, and I think a lot of people probably misinterpret that sometimes.
Yeah, it's just a really safe way to get expansion up.
Right.
So usually I send my first Void Ray out. Oh, get it.
I'm back.
Yeah, that Zealot was done for. I probably get to cancel this. Usually I send my first Void Ray out, then I get a second one to help hold the Expo.
Right.
But in this case, I'm gonna get another gateway here before. It's gonna take me a second to get this up.
I see.
I should have probably gone another Zealot. That would have made it. Well, he had enough Zergians, he would have been 2
No,
Zealots.
he would have killed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't really.
This puts you back pretty far, or no?
I think it puts me back a bit, although, you know, he did make these Zergians early, so. It's not, you know, the end of the world. If I know he's gonna make early Zergians, I play a little bit safer and get a second gateway earlier and things like that,
I
but
see. Yeah, yeah.
this is still fine. I don't feel like I'm in any means crippled. So I'm gonna leave one Void Ray back for a bit, just, you know, in case more Zergians come by.
Right. Not his scouting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just save this Nexus, because it's not good to lose Nexuses.
You're gonna pressure the third here, right? You expect him. Oh, he doesn't have it up yet. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's... I mean, normally Zergs wouldn't take an early third against this.
Yeah.
This is just like a way to double check it. I'm gonna start getting some Phoenixes so I can do a little bit of harass with them.
Okay.
A lot of times people will just see the Void Rays and they won't defend properly against air. It's kind of like a weird... Sometimes it's good to get Phoenixes, because then you can kill them if they don't make spores, and then sometimes make spores and the Phoenixes can't do too much.
Right.
Because they don't really need spores to defend against Void Rays.
That's true. The queens, yeah, do a really good job.
Queens are really good against Void Rays, especially if they get like one extra one, so they have a whole bunch of built-up energy.
Right.
Then they're pretty much set, but... You know, for the Zerg player, it's a little bit of a risk not to get the spores, just because they don't know, you know,
Right.
they don't know what you're doing.
I mean, it's.
And if you don't get spores and you follow up with Phoenixes, and they're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can send both the Void Rays out to attack. Maybe I'll send the Phoenixes out once I get 4 to help join them.
Right. I mean, it's
Now
just so great that because you have map control and you. I mean, there's like, how else would you be scouting right now? If
I mean, you
did
can get
this?
hallucinations, the only other option.
True, but it would be a little bit later than you probably got.
Yeah.
The Void Ray. Yeah.
Oh, these hurt Zergians.
Oh man, that was.
Those Zergians are a little unhappy there.
Dude, that Void Ray's got some serious kills.
Teleport successful.
So now we're gonna maybe poke around with these Phoenixes a bit. Usually 4 Phoenixes I think is a good number to stop at.
Right.
And we're gonna see if we can just kill, maybe pick off a little drone here or something.
Okay.
Try not to take too much structural damage. So it probably was, I don't know if that was worth it for one drone or not, but if I can bait this guy out and then lift him, he's running back.
Right.
So he's pretty much on top of his defense. He's going in festers, so I think I kind of have to go, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more damage to these Phoenixes, and then maybe one more little attack.
But you're not gonna build anymore though.
No, you don't want to get too many against fungal. Actually, here I might try to cancel this. This is a little... It's hard to tell what the best move is here because I don't know how fast the infestors are going to be coming out. But I don't think you'll get too many, so as long as I can spread my air out a decent amount. I'm going to put the Phoenixes here as like interceptors, spread them out a bit, and then Void Rays are going to try to kill this hatchery.
I see.
And right now I'm just going to go for Mass Colossi. Against, you know, he's going, looks like he's going like some Roach Infestor thing. Which, it's really hard to take a third in this map against that without putting up Colossi first. So I'm just going to stay on 2 base for a while.
I see.
Might even go double rebel Colossi because I know there's no way he's getting air anytime soon. So.
Right.
See, that was pretty clever how he burrowed the.
That was smart, man. He'll get one here. You'll get an infestor though.
Yeah, so that's a total fine trade.
Yeah,
especially
totally.
all the energy he used there, and it might be even come back and finish it off. Although with 1 void ray, it's a little bit trickier.
Right. Well, you're probably not going to use the void ray going into the latter part of this game, anyways, right? So.
Yeah, probably not too much. So. Where those infestors, of course. Oh, here it goes again. Maybe I can save it with the phoenixes. If I can lift these 2 guys up. Hey, it doesn't let me. Yeah, there we go. It's a little weird. That one. There's like a second delay when
yeah, I saw that, yeah. You could tell you were clicking on
I
it.
lift them with their eggs. Which is a new thing. I've never really tried lifting infested Terrans before. It always seems like a waste, but that was the one case. That was the one case where it's like, okay, it might be worth it here, because if it can save the void ray, right?
Right, exactly.
It's totally worth it. So now I'm going to crank out Colossi. I'll probably wait for 4 Colossi and just keep getting... I should kill this guy for...
So, how many? I'm assuming you're gonna need at least 2 colossi to take the third. Is that?
I think I need 4 really.
4? Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, his third wasn't all that fast, so I'm not too worried about it. You know, he's gonna get ahead of me in econ, but I should have a really strong unit competition against Rochin faster.
Right.
And I do have these phoenixes. I might be. I don't think he has too much energy on his infestors, so.
So right now in your mind, are you planning on some kind of pressure, or do you have like mothership kind of mothership on your mind, like max ball type of thing going? Or
normally I go for mothership here,
yeah,
but I think
I know you like it.
while I take the third, because his hatchery is so hurt, I think I can sneak around and just snipe that hatch once I get these 4 colossi out.
With your whole army?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I mean, he could cancel my third while I'm doing it, but I think it's a worthwhile trade.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try to keep this. Try to get my second upgrade in and get blink here. So I'm gonna send 1 Zelta guard to third, just so if he wants to cancel it, he's gonna have to do more in a couple Zergans here.
Right. Yeah, not a cheap cancel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm gonna keep trying to deny this watchtower. Uh-oh, maybe not.
Oh, he's coming to you.
That if he uses a lot of energy here, these phoenixes can't help that much in a battle, but...
Right. They're pretty much only there to kill infestors anyways, right?
Yeah, if you get rid of some energy, made him use, I think, 3 fungals there. It's pretty good. Now I'm just going to move in, do 1 more warp in.
Fall back to the shadows.
Okay. Get your expo ready.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to take your army here.
No, especially if I can come around the side where he can't flank me. I'm not going to get too greedy, though. I don't want to... He's got a burrow guy, so I can't take my third.
Oh, the bastard.
Guys here.
Oh,
It's a nice flank on his part.
yeah.
But I think I should still be able to take this.
Yeah, you can actually back up and be alright.
The only problem is I'm running out of sentry energy, which is never good, but with another reinforcement.
Oh, he's got some corruptors. Oh, you got enough stalkers though.
So I'm just trying to sneak in here, just to try to snag. Oh, it's not gonna let me.
Still okay. Oh,
I think he's.
ooh, it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I think he's got this. I do have blink up now, which is kind of nice.
Losing those colossi hurt though, right?
Yeah, it was not good.
But if you can
But
still
if I
take
can-
this third down, I mean, it might.
Yeah, I
get
don't
you
think I
back in.
can. I think it's too risky to preserve these guys.
Got
No,
it.
I was able to clear out that Zerg, that was a really good move on his part. It slowed down my third a bunch.
Right.
Field depleted.
And I'm gonna get some more Colossi. I'm not sure if, not always convinced him that that's the greatest move or not when he has those corruptors, but I feel like it's really hard to beat Infestors without Colossi, so I just kind of I'm gonna throw 2 in. I'm gonna move some probes from my main to my expo, even though it's not quite up yet, but my main's pretty much dry now. I'm gonna keep this Zealot, there we go. See that he's checking out, taking his extra base there.
Is under attack.
And he's probably gonna kill me here. I don't think I can hold this, but maybe these immortals here.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty. Yeah, it's not looking good here.
Yeah, with fungal growth and roaches, really not too much can deal with that
Yeah.
too well because we have the econ advantage.
It's
Or you have like a ton of portals.
It's about as good as you could do right there.
Yeah, but not quite good enough.
Right.
If I was already in position, but the thing is, I didn't have any. What do you call them? I didn't have any. I'm on dying on me. Sentries. So that's
yeah,
type
force
of,
fields. Yeah.
without sentries, it's really no great way to deal with roaches.
So I mean that's an interesting question. Then like you know I know you ended up building robo units there.
Yeah.
Would it have been better to build sentries instead, or?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in the short run, yeah, because robo units didn't even really come into the fight for the most part. A lot of them didn't.
Right.
But you know, in the longer run, the robo units added more power to your army.
Yeah, definitely.
Here.
Roaches are good, man.
Yeah, that one I lost it when I really had to. If I was gonna attack like I did, I had to make sure I didn't lose any of my sentries, or at least kill his third. If I killed his third, I could have just not defended my third and just massed up again on 2 bases.
Right.
But I wasn't able to either trade well because I did lose my sentries and my claw sign, and I wasn't able to kill a third. So
Right.
that was kind of a poor choice. I probably should have just turtled and went for mothership. Did my standard.
Right. Right. So how much of your strategy like there in this game, in general, is this pretty much what you normally do, or is this are you metagaming a little bit, or I'm just
No, that's pretty much almost exactly what I normally do.
okay, cool.
The one difference is I often am more passive, but I saw that I almost killed that third. I was like, oh, if I can just get in there for a second if he's not ready, and then I can finish that hatchery off.
Right, right.
So that's a little bit greedy of me, I guess.
Okay, okay, great. Let's see. Okay, so what map do you want next?
Let's do Shattered Temple.
Shattered Temple. All right. And
Fantastic.
why do you like that map?
It's just a really good PvZ map. The Zerg can't really take a fast third very well. Your third's really protected behind the rocks. And that's kind of what you look for in PvZ.
Right,
Easy
yeah.
for the Protoss, harder third for the Zerg.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me switch to Bryce here.
All right,
And I'll talk to you
mute,
later. Yep.
Everything. All right, there.
Later. All right. Let's get Bryce back on here.
Back.
Oh, there you
What's
go. Hey. So tell me your thoughts on the game.
It's kind of an odd game from the start. I expected Forge Expand out of him.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of threw me off. And then, what else? I actually just kind of got lucky. I was about to start like this giant, like a roach, pressure like opening, and then I scouted the Void Ray just in time to throw down an Infestor Mound before like starting any roach production. So I
Right.
got pretty lucky there. If I had gone for that, he would have just wrecked me. But luckily I scouted it just in time, and then was able to hold that third because I kept scouting out, if you notice with my Zerglings, like his Void Ray positioning,
Right.
to when I could go ahead and secure that third. And he basically just kind of like let me have the third. It was lucky. Like I put the drone out there
Oh wow.
at the odd chance that he wasn't leaving Void Rays there, because typically what they're supposed to do is they place the Void Ray over the third until the infestors are done, and then you can go ahead and secure it. But the fact that I was able to like build the third and like have it up and then hold when my infestors came out against the Void Rays,
Right.
like that was a huge advantage. And
No, so you were purposely moving them with lings? Because I mean I noticed you were losing lings, and we were just kind of like, okay, he's just losing lings, but that's pretty cool. That now that we kind of know that you were purposely moving them on that side of the map, right, the left side of the map, to establish a third. That's pretty cool.
I wasn't really purposely doing it. I was
Okay, never
more just
mind.
like putting them out there, and then I
Yeah.
noticed where his Void Rays
Oh,
were.
okay,
And
you
I'm
just
like,
noticed it.
Actually, I can grab a third right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. No, I mean it's still pretty cool that the logic there. All right,
Yep.
so he picked Shattered Temple. What I know you typically like to do like Zerg Infestor here, or Zergling Infestor.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like, if there ever was a map I would cheese on, it would be this one. I'm not saying I'm going to choose, but I'm leaving that option open here, because just like before, this is really basically like a hard map for a Zerg to secure a third, and an easy map for a Protoss to secure a third.
Right.
So this is kind of going to be a little difficult for me. I think this will be my most difficult map of the series. So I kind of just need to leave all options open, and kind of prevent him from scouting me, so that he, at least thinks I have potential to cheese here, and try to use that against him.
All right. So you're gonna open gas, right? So gas pool.
Yep,
That's gonna make him a little uncomfortable too, I'm sure.
I hope so.
I noticed you got burrow a little earlier than. Well, maybe not earlier, but the burrowed infestors were pretty cool. Like, cause you
Oh, yeah.
you basically went under all those phoenixes that were waiting for them.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
pretty cool.
I always do that.
Yeah.
Burrow. You always need to go burrow when you have infestors. Like it's essential.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So not crosshair.
Oh, we don't know yet.
Oh. Oh, okay. So you weren't close
Sir?
enough to the nexus there. Okay. I don't know either actually. So.
No, I don't think I am.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you just don't go straight to the nexus. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a Forge Expander one base, pretty
Right.
much. But I think because his probe has already scouted me, that he's definitely, we call it, cross map.
I see. Yeah, because they always go there first, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and drone scout. Oh, never mind.
Oh, he is there. Yeah, never mind.
Well, if there was a map I would choose on, it'd be this one. So we'll see how he walls it.
So cheese means like the 24 Zergling kind of cheese, or the Roachling
I
kind
think
of.
an all-in or Roach or something like that.
Okay, cool.
So we'll see.
You get to watch Machine Cheese.
Well,
What
I'm
a
not sure.
treat.
I'm gonna see.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I could be there. Well, the very few times.
Alright, oh, I always forget to put the names up. There we go.
I don't know.
You're kind of looking at building placement there, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
Oh,
Oh, wow, he's got a cannon there.
I did not expect this.
Yeah. How do you afford that? Holy. Oh, I see. This cannon was probably late at his natural.
Yeah, this is not.
Nasty. So is he forcing you into a kind of a one base now? I mean, in your eyes, or you're gonna try to take that 9 o'clock?
I'm doing an all-in.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to do this.
Bring the drones, man.
I know. Actually, I'm not sure if Jones would really help me here.
Metamorphosis.
All right. Should be interesting. So with that drone, I'm just guessing you were faking a expo over there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we go. How many roaches do you have here? Okay, so talking 6 roaches. All right. What do you attack first?
The cannon.
Cannon. Yep. Oh, you might have something here. Oh no! Nice.
Thanks.
So before you saw the wall completely,
Hmm.
what % chance did you actually think that was going to happen right there? Like it was going to
That
be
not very likely. I never aim to cheese.
right.
it was really like, I mean, if he did something extremely greedy, like gate, nexus, core, like cannon or something, I would try to definitely punish it. But and also the cannon at my natural, like, kind of gave me the, the incentive at least to try some sort of an all in, because that's such a I don't know. It's a hard map for him to go forge expand on because it takes so many buildings and such to wall off on that if he's doing anything greedy with it at all, I don't think he can hold some sort of cheese like that.
I see. I see. Wow, that's cool. I felt like it felt like you being behind and you suddenly winning really easily. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay, great. Let me switch over to Nick now. Let's see. Can you tell him to switch over? It's no easy way to.
Yeah. Nick, switch over. All right. See ya.
All right, thanks. Nope. You there? Oh, not yet. Hey. Hey, you there?
Okay.
Nick?
Yeah.
All right, talk to me.
I just, I took a little bit of risk and just, when I saw the hatchery, it was a little bit late, but I was like, oh, maybe he just was confused and didn't didn't do anything cheesy, as I was kind of hoping that, but no, he actually did go for that roach thing.
Right.
And, I normally when I block that hatchery like that, instead of getting Nexus, I try to play safer and tech up first so I can get, some quick voiders. I'll deal with roaches, but, I was counting on him doing a 2-base roach, not a 1-base roach. And, so my voiders weren't quite up in time.
Right. Okay. What map next?
Let's see, what maps are we playing with?
Pretty standard. Tal'Darim, Daybreak, Zelnaga, Metal.
Let's do Tal'Darim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why this map?
I like it.
Okay. No, it's cool. Nothing wrong with the map you like.
Yeah. It's big, open. There's a lot of late game harassment you can do. It's just fun to play, I think.
Yeah, it's probably a longer game too. It's gonna. Okay.
I think it's a pretty good map for PvC. Mutas can be annoying, but so can War Prisms. So
Right.
a lot of good annoying stuff for both sides.
All right, here we go. For those of you viewers just joining, we're doing a show match between EGMachine and EGMachslav. Currently, it is 2-1 Machine, going into the 4th game on Tal'Darim Altar, and we are following EGMachslav during this game. All right, here we go. Okay, so Forge Fast Expand obviously on this map, right?
Yeah. This is this and Shakura started by far the 2 best
Right.
Forge Expand maps. And then one thing I do in this map is often double scout. So if I scout their pylon, if I don't see them, I'll scout after Forge as well.
Right.
And that way, if they do a temple, I'll see the Zerglings crossing the map.
Oh, I see.
Because if you just scout with 1 probe, Zerglings will appear in your base. If you're unlucky enough that they are actually the last spot you would have scouted,
Right.
then you just never get there, and Zerglings will just pop up in your base. You'll be like, well, guess I'll lose this one. So, I play. I'm willing to take a lot of greedy risks like the last game, but if it's something that doesn't hurt too much to do, like just send out 1 more probe, I think it's worth it.
I see. Right.
It's kind of would you benefit from playing greedy? Like last game example, I don't really feel like building 3 extra cannons, because I think that hurts you a decent amount. Whereas just adding in 1 extra scout probe, like right now after I build a forge,
Right.
I'm gonna send this guy down to the bottom right. I don't think that really slows you down too much.
Yeah. Definitely, the safer you can play, the better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a mix-up. If you play every game too safe, then people are gonna be cutting corners, and you're just gonna end up
Right.
falling behind all the time. So it's nice to throw in a mix. But if it's something that wouldn't really put you behind like this, I mean, I think it's always worth it. So I think he's at the bottom right now, but I'm just gonna confirm.
Right. There he
So I'm gonna
is.
try to block this hatchery. Now I want to see where his pull timing is.
Right.
I'm guessing it was a 14 pull based on him saying that drone out. Oh, looks like it was a 12 pull maybe. Or no, actually that was 14. My
Okay.
timing's just bad. So I'm gonna do this little wall, and
Is there a way you tell? Just by the time or by what you're building?
Yeah, just by the time.
Okay. Alright,
So we're gonna
standard.
send this probe somewhere else for now. Just make himself scarce.
Right.
Throw in my gateway. And then I like to throw in a pylon next to 17. Some people get the gas early, but I'm more of a probe person than a tech person.
Right.
So I think this game I might just go for, especially with these spawns. What's really good here is just like a +1 Zeld attack.
Oh, okay. So to not kind of multi-prong or just deny the third kind of?
Just deny the third,
Got it.
because I can, if I put a pylon at the bottom of my main, I can warp in pretty much really close to where his third is most likely going to be. And I just probe taking this other tower so I can make sure it doesn't take that bottom third, which some people would choose to take here.
Right.
So we're gonna get a Zell to fill in this little hole in the wall. I like to, if sometimes I'll do a full wall off, but if they take a 14-16, so I know they don't have super early gas, the odds of them cheesing are pretty low, and this way I don't have to kill a building later, which is always nice not to have to kill your own stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You ever worry about Nidus on this map?
Sometimes. With his opening and knowing him, not too worried.
Yeah.
But
yeah, late gas is usually not indicative
Yeah.
of Nidus, so.
And with the build I'm doing, I might even be able to get Warp Gate up in time. That I just beat it with Zealots. The only Nidus I would hit fast is the ones that just speedlings.
Or even
And-
slow lanes, yeah.
Yeah. But if you get Zealots up with +1, they make pretty quick work of those.
That's true.
So now I'm probably gonna stop probe production. I'm actually gonna cancel 2 probes to just get up to 4 gates really quickly.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure these 4 gates are up in time for that warp gate. Try to time it all out just right.
Great. And you'll follow it up with?
I'll follow it up with teching. Sometimes I go double robo. It's really weak to mutas, but sometimes I follow up with robo. Robo Twilight's the safest way to follow it up. You're still a little bit. Anytime you don't have a Stargate, puts you in a little bit weak spot against mutas, but it's better than double robo.
Right. Kind of, yeah, leaving it a little flexible.
Yeah. So I probably should get some more pylons so I can warp you guys in. It's not good to have, warp gate if you don't have any pylons.
Right.
And the nice thing about this is, behind this attack, you build up a lot of gas. So,
Right.
I might even start a Twilight a little bit early. I think I'll still be able to afford all these Zelts.
Okay.
Just so I can get that, start heading that +2 weapons upgrade during this attack. And this really, you don't have to kill a third to make this worth it. You just have that overlord that you can see it, but,
I see.
How
many do you need? Or zealots do you?
I usually wait for 8, but since his overlord's right there,
Yeah, I kind of have to go. Yeah.
yeah. Waiting is going to help him more, and it's going to help me, so.
Alright, let's get these guys.
So I'm going to go in. There's no point chasing drones, they're too fast.
Oh, looking good. He doesn't look like he has enough there.
Yeah, I'm almost surely going to get the hatchery. What you do is you put them on hold position here, and that way they'll fight the Zerglings, but they won't chase after Roach. Maybe you can put one on.
Oh, right. That's a good tip.
Yeah. So I just run from the broodings. We're going to see if we can do some more damage to follow this up. Put 2 Zealots on the Queen here.
Sir, no thought of running them back?
No, I don't really care about it. The rule is Zealots aren't worth that much anyway, so.
Yeah, anything with its only minerals is free.
Yeah, and they can still do good damage here, so.
Yeah.
I killed a couple queens here. I'm gonna kill some of these spine crawlers.
That's true.
And behind us, I'm gonna try to. Oops, forgot to get my guesses here. Behind us, I usually get sentries and then stalkers.
Okay.
here are my-
Why sentries and stalkers?
It's just the most versatile combination. He's gonna have some roaches as a follow-up naturally,
Okay.
and then he might try to muta switch after losing a third like that, or he might go straight to Infester. Both of which are, you know, definitely viable. So these guys look like they're not going to make it out, but maybe we can send some more guys. I'm hopefully going to expand pretty soon.
I see.
But before I do expand, I want to just probably snag an observer out. Well, I can start making the motions of expanding, and if I play it safe by getting a cannon in my worker lines, just in case mutas show up out of nowhere. The first wave of mutas, the cannon can buy a little bit of time, so it's nice to have.
Right.
But I definitely do want to kind of see what he's up to. Because I only saw a few roaches, so I'm thinking right now he most likely was going for mutas. And he just built a roach warren in case of a timing like what I did. So I'm going to hold off on getting any robo units right now.
Okay.
And I'm just going to save up these minerals to throw down an expansion. And we're going to get some cannons here. Yeah, so there's the mutilus. Oh, I already have blink. Oh, I'm better than I thought it was. Didn't think I would have blink by then. So we're going to put these stalkers over here.
Okay, so this is where a lot of people, I think, struggle against mutas. How do you split your army here? Like, I mean, generally speaking, when
you want about maybe however many mutas he has minus like a couple. That many stalkers as like anti-muta squad, and the rest of your army can kind of just guard your natural.
Okay.
And the important part is also try to get observers spread around so you can. You see, I'm going to build a bunch of extra observers.
Right.
And I'm actually going to get another forge too, because upgrades are really good against mutas. And these observers are going to help kind of just scout around. So, you know, it'll give me a kind of a little bit of an early heads up on when the mutas are going to come in and attack me.
Right.
Another thing that's good is you can go for Dark Templar here to shut down side expos. Because a lot of times people take the corners of mutas. I still have this probe here, which is nice. Maybe actually going to throw down a pylon in a random spot. And I'm going to just keep getting stalkers. At a certain point, I'll stop getting stalkers and then go for Templar.
Right. You have to get Templar against Muta, right? It's just there's just no option unless you go Phoenix. Right? I guess that's the other option.
But it's too late to go Phoenix at this point. You know, you have to be able to get a ton of Phoenix, and it's going to take a long time to build that up.
Right.
I think he's gearing up maybe for a little bit of an attack, so I'm going to move these other guys in here.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, he's switching to Hydralis. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Muta Fling Hydra. Wow, okay.
So this is going to come down to, you know, good force fields pretty much.
Yeah.
So I tried to move my observer out of the way because I saw I had an overseer with him. So I was a little bit scared there. I think right now I should go to double robo. Just try to crack out these Colossi to catch up those Hydras real quick.
Right.
I mean, using this proxy pylon, I know he has a 6 o'clock base. We're going to send a couple.
Oh, how'd you know that?
I saw drones transfer.
Oh, okay.
Down there.
I see.
My probe on the watchtower was not sleeping at the job.
Right. Dark Templars, man.
So the question is what to go for first.
Yeah.
Killing the is nice. Killing one of the transfuse is good. Then we can go straight for the.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Protoss don't use that enough. Not these days, man.
The hard part here is always telling what to do with your minerals, because you know your army's gas heavy, especially when you go Dark Templar.
Right.
So sometimes you can just get a whole ton of extra cannons. It's never bad.
So you're just waiting on Colossi right now?
Yeah, and I'm gonna try not to die to this attack here as well.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
So I should have built the cannons there sooner.
Bad position here. Yeah.
I wasn't able to quite react in time. But it's not that bad.
Yeah, actually, he
overcommitted.
Yeah.
Instead of staying at the top, he kind of moved them back.
Yeah. He could have gotten really good position here, but
yeah, he kind of chose not to, I guess.
Yeah.
I think he still might be in pretty good shape, though. He does have, you know, a lot of units.
He'll hold it though with weapons.
Yeah, but I did lose a lot of probes. I was debating whether or not I should run the probes.
I see. Oh, he got the Nexus too.
Yeah. Losing Nexus isn't that bad though. Now I have a decisive army advantage. He's only on 3 base, so once I retake this Nexus, will be kind of.
So why wouldn't you just by default pull the probes? I mean, is there like if you needed them to fight or?
I was thinking about engaging. I was thinking that his units probably wouldn't be attacking him, but
Okay.
it really was a mistake. I was like, I don't think I need to run him because I thought his guys are mostly attacking my my other stuff.
Okay, right.
But it was just not at all what I should have been doing.
All right, so it's probably 3 base versus 2 base right now, and y'all's main's almost mined out, obviously.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be 2 base and 2 base in a second because my third will come up.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, I got guys patrolling, the different bases, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't have too much here. There's some roaches here I might go kill.
Mineral field depleted.
I have an observer somewhere that.
It's hard to find those guys, man.
I'm a little bit scared to go out after those roaches because, I don't know what else is there. Oh, this is this roach corruptor. I should be fine against this.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got enough? Yeah, he doesn't have enough corruptors there.
Yeah. And I've got, I can trade zealots to tanks pretty well, so.
Man, you're 3-1 too. Nice.
Yeah, my upgrades are going pretty well.
Yeah. I noticed you pulled a shield one. That's
Yeah, sometimes I mix in armor and shields. Armor is better, but shields will let me get to like 3-3-3 faster, which is the ultimate goal.
oh okay.
So we just tried to take his 4th there, but it didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
So I got shields with my forge that got the attack upgrades, basically. I added in a 2nd forge and start cranking those out. So I'm adding some immortals.
Okay.
The only thing I'm really worried about potentially losing to is mass broodlords. Even on 3 base, maybe he was able to sneak it up. So now I gotta send this DT away. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna kill these. I'm gonna warp in some stalkers on the attack part.
Upgrade complete.
Just to knock out these roaches and knock out his 3rd again. And we can kill that,
Yeah, kind of make them send more units at least, at the very least.
finish up my upgrades.
Yeah. No way 2 roaches is gonna pull that off. Yeah.
Kill these changelings. Looks like he's going for one. Yeah, this is over. He has to. That many roaches means he wasn't teching hive. And I can just, instead of warping in sentries, sentries are kind of like a tank because force field puts guys out of the battle, right?
Right.
Instead of doing that, I'll just warp in line of zealots. Because I have more minerals and not as much gas right now.
Yeah, you got this.
No way I was gonna lose this one.
Lost size so good. Yeah, you have to have so many more corruptors.
I mean, he just needed more stuff. I think our foods are probably almost the same, and I was on really expensive units, Immortal, stock, and he was on really cheap units, mostly roaches.
Yeah,
So.
you had AE, so it's,
Yeah. And I had, I have ridiculous upgrades too at this point, so.
yeah, I think he was 2-1, so definitely out upgrading him. Yeah, he's 2-1, so.
Yeah, he is. So now he's angry at that DT.
Let's bring the armada, or bring the army there. And he's not there.
Rebuild
He's not there.
Yeah.
That bastard. Dude.
Mineral field depleted.
He's seriously sending everything there. Wow.
Still hasn't cleared that tower, which is kind of a little bit sloppy on his part. I was just thinking of sending those stalkers in to clear it out again, but now he's gonna send, all the king's men or whatever.
Right.
So we're gonna do some long distance mining here, because just the naturals are low.
Base is under attack.
And I probably could it now, but I want to wait for 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
Right.
didn't
I was gonna
bother.
wait for Colossi, and then I was gonna go get him.
Right, right. All right, well, I mean, not sure there was much to say there, right?
Yeah, I mean the first attack did a lot of damage, kind of like the first game.
Yeah, the zealot.
The mutas, the mutas weren't able to do too much. He was trying to catch me off guard with the giant roach hydra bust on a 3rd,
Right.
and it kind of worked out, not quite enough to put it back again.
I mean, with that early those early zealots, you kind of blindly went into his 3rd, right? Like you didn't know for sure he had a 3rd, I don't think, right?
No, but it's not really natural anyway, so.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, good game. Even up the series 2-2. We'll find out what maps he's going to pick here, but going into the next, I mean, it's really map dependent, right? So I can't really ask you what you're gonna do here unless. But okay, great, Nick. Let me switch over.
All right.
You mind telling him to switch over?
I'm on.
Okay, you're on.
So-
Cool. All right, what happened there?
I supply blocked myself.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why those zealots did so much damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed you had roaches, so I
I only had a few, and like I wanted to make only able to make about. As soon as I scouted the +1 on the zealots, I knew exactly what was coming, but I didn't realize how badly I'd supply blocked myself. So it was
no, I see.
kind of over from there. I tried to make something happen with Muta, but he anticipated it.
Right. Okay.
I mean that bus kind of worked on this third, but it really shouldn't have, kind of a thing.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. What map do you want to pick?
Let's go with Daybreak.
Daybreak. All right, here we go. Haven't played Daybreak or seen Daybreak in a while.
Yeah, it's a pretty good map.
Yeah. For all you viewers just tuning in, it's a series, a best of 7 series between EGMachine and EGMachslav, and it is 2-2 going into Daybreak. Thank goodness it's not 4-0.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I keep trying to add you guys right when y'all add. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what do you like about this map?
It's just like it's a big map, so it's kind of hard. Like I don't have to worry about like, him being at a spawn that has like close pylons or something to harass, and then it basically just kind of favors like macro play, and I kind of just wanted to have like a longer game.
Okay. All right, let's get this started. All right, so pretty standard here. Gonna go
Yeah.
early third type of standard.
Standard. Yep.
Cool.
It's a map that he can full wall on, so he should feel pretty safe. It's a map that I can grab an early third at. So this map plays just more standard.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's see some hive units, baby.
Yep. I know. None of our games have gotten there yet.
Exactly. Which is pretty odd considering both of you guys are fairly, like, pretty much 2 macro players.
Yeah, pretty much. If anyone didn't want to get to like high over like late game, it'd be me though. Like his mothership
Yeah.
plays good.
Yeah, he loves those motherships, man.
Yeah. Which is more than most Protoss.
Yep. Well, when you got the one overpowered unit in the game, why not use it, right?
Yep, exactly.
Just kidding, I think.
I think.
I think. For you viewers.
Alright, well I'm probably gonna go 14 pool here. Like not gas pool. Just because he can full wall, I'm not really too sure how well I'm gonna be able to, like, if I would be able to get cheese off or something like that. I'm sure he's gonna give up map control anyway, so there's no need for getting early speed or something like that.
Okay.
Scouting me early, pretty standard.
So there's that one rock in the middle, right? I think that's the only big thing. And the rock's at your ramp,
Yeah.
right? That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too big a deal.
Nope, not really. There's no like great timings for breaking down like the rocks, and they don't really add like too big of an advantage to the situation.
Right.
Still trying to move up a ramp against force field, so.
Right. Exactly.
No
Seems
one
like
really-
seems like a map you'd probably use Stargate units, right, or something.
Yeah,
Something like
because it's a bigger map, you
Yeah.
can kind of cover more ground that way, delay expansions.
Yeah, scout better. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
He
man.
loves that cannon, man.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
Saved
Cool
it.
map.
Saved it for today, man. But you're gonna take that, so it's give and take. Oh, that was close. You still got it though, yeah.
The hive cluster is
He knows stuff like this throws me off.
Right.
So he's totally playing like, against my style here.
So what's the best way to take that cannon out?
Most efficient way would probably be roaches, but I don't think I'm really in a position to do that.
Right. Well, at least you got the probe.
Yep. At least there's that.
Get him! Well, you're not too far behind, given that you just went straight to the third. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm alright for now. I do need to
At some,
eventually kill
yeah,
yeah.
at some point. Well, maybe the queen.
sooner rather than later. Yeah, I'm gonna use it with the queen.
Yeah.
Try to kill it that way. I'm also making a few more Zerglings.
Yeah.
Yeah, still just throwing me off though.
Fine.
This.
You're fine.
I know.
You set him behind, so it's probably even out in the end.
Yeah, I think so.
I just know you love injecting the larva, so with this queen, it's the only bad thing. Oh, get away! You got it. There you go. No big deal. 6-minute expo is not bad.
Yeah. Not at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, given that you blocked it with Evo, it's actually not that bad, I don't think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Alright.
Alright, gas time.
Yep.
So you know he doesn't have the, I think you know he doesn't have gas, is that correct? Or can't really tell?
No, I can't really tell yet. Not quite up against it.
There we go. Alright, 1. So he's got 3 gas. That tell you much?
No. It's not a 6 yet, that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. Because of that, your roach spawn can be later, right?
A bit later, but I usually don't choose to delay it by much.
Yeah, especially because of those zealot kind of attacks that, like last
Yeah.
game, right? Yeah.
Yep. Alright, double gas, that's starting to tell me something. It's definitely some sort of a tech build, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a spore down at my third.
Still leaving comp kind of open-ended until you see something more?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. I'm not really committing to any one thing at this point.
Except for
I'm already-
drones.
Yep, that's always my commitment.
At what point do you just have to do something?
You mean by committing?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to go sun attack. I mean,
I guess by the time my lair finishes.
oh, that's true. Your layer's not even done.
Metamorphosis.
Just getting sentries. I'm gonna try Muta again.
Our forces are under attack.
Wait, Ray.
So, okay, so you're going Spire.
Yep.
Cool.
He's got a lot of Void Rays coming.
Three of them, that is quite a few. Oh wow, 4.
Yeah, some sort of Void Ray on.
See any other units from Spire yet? Oh man, that's a lot of them. Yeah. Double Stargate.
Yep.
Mutation complete.
I definitely don't want to go Muta against this, actually.
Right. Maybe Hydra? Yeah.
Yeah. Man. He's just blind countering like going Muta.
He doesn't want to play a macro game with you, man.
Yeah. This isn't good.
Oh, come on, Hydra. Then finish. Yeah, Queen's definitely won't cut it, right?
Not at all.
Spore wide, you should start throwing spores up everywhere, or, I mean, I don't.
It's
Don't worry
kind of
about
over.
it. Don't worry about it. Well, you do have like 14 of these puppies coming out. Still not enough.
GG.
Alright.
Man. Oh well.
What do you think? I mean,
I just can't go Muta, I guess.
I see. Were you planning on going Muta there? I mean, I guess you
yeah.
were at that. I guess once your lair finished, but okay.
Yeah.
Was that was an all-in build though, right, by him?
Kind of. I mean, he can kind of transition, but it's pretty much all in.
Okay.
Depends on how much damage he does.
Right. Okay. What map do you want?
We
We
Let's
got
go with metal.
metal. Yeah. Good old metal. So why metal? I don't even have to ask.
Just a standard map. I guess.
Metal's such a good Zerg map, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Alright, buddy. Good luck.
Alright, thanks.
Switch over.
Yep.
Works out
Hey.
better when works so much better when it kind of sucks, but it works better when the person we're watching ends up losing because I can ask him about the next map. But for you viewers, this is EGMachine versus EGMachslav in a best of 7, and it's currently 3-2 EGMachslav, so we're kind of on the hill now. So what did you think of last game? I think you surprised him pretty good with the.
Yeah, I haven't been doing 2 Stargate builds too often. I know he likes Daybreak, so I figured that's a good map to throw that in there.
Right, right.
I also like, as long as you can kill a third, to kind of equalize it, it sets you up for like a really scary late game army, because you can then add in Colossi the Mothership, and you have this like Void Ray base already.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty interesting. So I've noticed that you've cannoned like pretty much like auto, like it didn't even matter if they had a drone out there or not, but you basically cannoned the natural.
Yeah, I've been trying that out lately, and I'm not sure. It's definitely good to do if you want to do a 2 Stargate build, because the most common response would be taking, like what he did, taking the other base.
Right. So you split them up, right? So
yeah, and also like he used the queen to help tank a bit, so one of his queens was hurt, which helps a lot, when you're doing.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So it's also just annoying in general. I've been kind of testing it out, and I get you delay your own nexus, but you get more probes because you have 2 pylons, and I'm not sure how good it is, but it's something that puts the Zerg kind of off their beaten path, and their builds don't go quite as smoothly when you do it, things like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so metal, definitely a Zerg map. What do you think?
It's pretty similar to Dual Sight. Okay. I think it's the game I'll probably do something almost identical, except this time I'll probably play a little more passive and try not to throw away all those Colossi and Sentries.
Yeah, that would be okay. Cool. All right, let's do this.
So here, I generally, if they're cross map, I'll 1-gate expo, and if they're close air spawn, I'll often do the Void Ray expo I did on Dual Sight.
Oh, okay.
And just because close air spawn, your first Void Ray can sometimes just run their base and kill their queen. Because 1-on-1 a Void Ray beats a queen, and if their if they're not quite ready for it and their first queen's isolated without the second one, you can snag a quick queen kill, which is pretty huge early on. And then also, they're more likely, like a roach attack. The thing, 1-gate expo sometimes a little bit weak to a really aggressive roach bust early. But if it's cross map, you know, I'm not worried about it because it takes him a lot longer to cross it. So I can one get Expo and then get the Stargate up in time even after the Nexus.
Right.
But close air spawn, it's just nice to have that air control a little bit early.
I see.
And also, if you deny the Zerg vision, they have to be a little bit more scared about what you're doing. Because with close air spawn, you can warp in, you know, so close to them.
Right.
Just from main.
Right. Okay. Great. No, that's good to know. All right. So we can scout over here.
You must construct.
So you come over here regardless of seeing the Overlord or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I used to do something different back when there was close spawn. Like I'd try to, you know, send a probe out to find Overlord. I wouldn't scout here if I could find it.
Right.
But I don't really do that anymore because it loses, you know, maybe lose like 15 minerals doing that from taking an extra probe off.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no gain in this case because I'll scout him either way before he would be able to put up a hatchery.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason before you do that is because to scout 3 locations, if you scout them last, then get that hatchery up.
Right. Right. Got it.
But, you know, it's just scouting 2, you'll always be able to get there in time.
Yep. Gotta always block that hatch. I know some Protoss just kind of, you know, don't even bother doing it. It's like, no, you have to block. Blocking that hatch is so good.
Yeah, and it's even more important if you're not fast expoing yourself.
Right.
And the biggest reason is partly their economy is way better, but it's also if you let them do a hatch first build, you can't really one get expo because hatch first, if they do hatch gas pool,
Right.
they can just they have so much extra larvae they can make 1 billion Zerglings and still have a good economy, and the Zerglings can keep canceling your Nexus. Whereas if they do something like what he's doing, to build enough Zerglings to cancel my Nexus, is gonna cripple him more. It's gonna hurt me.
Right. Right.
Your
So now,
probe is under
oops,
attack.
should probably run that guy. Oh, actually, yeah, run him. Now the perennial question is, you know, do I go for that fast Stargate or should I do one get expo? I usually do fast Stargate with close air spawn,
Right.
but that didn't work out for me too well when I did on dual side. So maybe we'll just try we'll try to one get expo this time.
Okay.
They're both
Your
very
probes
similar
are under attack.
as far as, you know, how the game ends up looking out.
This map's a little bit smaller too, right? The dual site. Just
Your
maybe a
probes
tiny
are
bit.
under attack.
I'm not sure. It's definitely the cross map distance is longer than dual site,
Yeah.
but with these spawns, you know, it's a little bit different. So.
Yeah.
So one thing I like to do is I could send a Zelda early, try to take that watchtower with these spawns between us. You know, if you made a ton of Zerglings, we'll catch him out in the middle. But then at least I know he has a ton of Zerglings.
Right. It's worth the sacrifice.
And once you get to that tower, it's hard to displace him because only 2 Zerglings can fight him at a time if you place him right. So
Yeah, behind the thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like, like exactly like that.
Yep. And this, you know, it's just so nice to see stuff coming at you and see what's going on. You might try to micro this, which is kind of annoying. People micro.
You afraid of a one-base roach kind of push or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
If I start the Stargate right now, I mean, one base roach would obviously kill my expo,
Right.
but that's fine.
Yeah, you still got a crap load of probes and
Yeah, and
be
it's one
fine.
base.
Yeah, got it.
You know, not at all. So here again, if I can find a red Zerg, and he's good in not.
Yeah,
You know,
that was nice.
sometimes they run him back in, and you can kill him, but you know, if they don't make any mistakes, you're not gonna be able to do too much there.
Right.
So I'm just gonna put one cannon there.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna put the cannon further out. I'm gonna be bold.
Wow.
Research
Okay.
complete.
This is nicer against, you know, I'm pretty comfortable right now against roaches because I have this Stargate coming up.
I see.
And so I'm not too worried about early roach rush, and this is a lot better against Hydra pushes that further out here. So,
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's true.
just because, I mean, the cannon in your mineral line is useless versus Hydra, just gonna kill the Nexus.
Yeah, exactly. You got that. Yeah, the range on your sentries. And, yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep making some sentries. Maybe I'll head back to this Overlord. Sometimes it's a little bit risky to do that, but I'm not too worried right now.
It'd be pretty hard to kill. Well, I guess you could send a bunch of Zerglings in, but
Yeah, I mean I could just run my pro. It would be. I think the odds of him doing that on the hopes that I would go for that Overlord or something are pretty low. So
yeah, you could always just send one to kill the Overlord. So yeah, it wouldn't be very smart of him.
yeah, I just want to kill the extra fast.
Yeah. Oh no, I know you did, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for his standpoint, it's like
Yeah,
very
exactly. He
risky.
doesn't know. It is, yeah. It's a bad risk too.
Yeah. All right. So now he knows you got Void Rays.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the one because I don't think it's more just for scouting. I don't think I can do too much damage with it.
Right.
We're gonna see if he has an expo up. And the thing is, the problem with getting one is he could take a third and just pull 2 queens or something. Whereas if I followed this up with more sentries and stuff, then it would he wouldn't. I would be able to kill a third if he takes it fast, but it would be kind of risky for him to try taking early third.
Right.
Let me get my Robo. It's either going, in faster or Roach Hydra. It's kind of hard to get a good read on him at this point. He could even go in 2 base Muta. He's got really good creep strat, which makes it even harder to scout him. It's really annoying. I'm gonna throw down another cannon because I am kind of double tacking just to be a little bit safer.
Okay.
And we're gonna keep getting stalkers. They're kind of the good generic.
Double teching.
It's more versatile.
Right.
I need both of the buildings eventually. That's a lot of creep. This suggests a Hydra bust.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, at least I think so.
Prismatic draw.
Yeah,
phase
okay.
three
That's-
required.
Well, you scouted it. Yeah, definitely scouted it. So just more cannons, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to get a Colossi out as soon as I can. I'm gonna get an observer just so I can keep a good eye on exactly exactly what he's doing here. I try to put the cannons here where I can support my army. Oops.
Required.
Probably not lose that. And now I definitely need a couple more gateways, so we're gonna add 3 more.
Okay.
I'm gonna save my Chrono Boost for that Colossi.
Well, I mean that's pretty much the scout that you needed to decide on tech, right? So at this
Yeah.
point you can commit to what you want.
So we're gonna send this observer. It could be a drop now that he sees all those photons, so I should,
Right.
get my guys back a little bit. And I can, with this observer out here, I'll be able to react time anyway. Okay, so we're just gonna keep an eye on these Hydras.
Okay. Cool.
Not quite enough gas. Probably shouldn't have warped in his last 2 sentries. There we go. He could be even taking. I'm gonna poke and see if he's taking a gold third. When he saw the cannons, he might have just done that.
Oh, I see.
So now I'm gonna send my Void Ray. It's not gonna help too much in the fight. I'm gonna send it all the way around the map to check for expos. Where'd those Hydras go? I lost track of them. That's scary. I don't trust them.
Only fast on creep, so. Oh, I guess unless he picked him up or something like that. but-
Yeah, I was worried about it. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
But
Be crazy to drop you right there.
yeah, but it's kind of a crazy man sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna go
Alright,
check if he
let's
has the third.
see.
Looks like he's just gonna play Roach Hydra. Looks
Okay.
like he didn't attack me yet.
You should be in good shape with your Colossi, so.
Maybe. I don't know. I've lost a lot of games Colossi versus Roach Hydra before.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I have a hard time against Roach Hydra. I have a hard time against anything he played really well. He's typically taking a 4th. So that's kind of scary. At least he can't get a scary high-tech army because he's already invested so much food into the Roach Hydra. I'm gonna add in a second Robo, I think, so I can add a lot of Immortals.
Okay.
I think it's good to stop before I have 4 Colossi here.
Really? Okay.
Just because Corruptors start getting too cost efficient. I have a feeling, with him taking a 4th down there, he's gonna be stuck at lair for a while, unless he wants to play risky.
Mm-hmm.
And being stuck at lair for a while means the Corruptors, he's gonna have to make a lot of Corruptors. He won't be able to spend that gas on high tech units.
Oh
And-
wow. Okay, that's a cool way of thinking about it. Okay. I always thought you're just build your 6th, 7th Colossi, and they're just like, they're just gonna melt the Roaches and Hydras before they can do anything. But then yeah, he'll have the Corruptors left over for Hive. So
Yeah,
all right, so blocking that.
should probably get some more workers.
Yeah, because he'll definitely be able to remax her probably after his attack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stuck. I can't move outside 200, and he's gonna attack sometime before then.
Right.
It's like he's getting ready to hit pretty soon. So I have 3 Colossi right now. I'm gonna add in, you know, 1 more, and then I'm gonna try to get some Immortals. So,
Okay.
you know, even when he kills a Colossi, I can still deal with roaches. None of the gateway units deal too well with roaches. So
Right.
it's good to have an Immortal backbone, especially Immortals benefit so much from upgrades too.
Oh, I see. That's true. Wow. Well, I guess I'm not surprised he's engaging here.
That's not bad engagement for him.
Yeah, he's taking out the Colossi, so.
Yeah.
Like you said, the cost efficiency of the Corruptors, that was huge. Yeah. Alright, how bad was that for you?
I don't think it was too bad. He did lose a lot of Corruptors there, so.
Right.
And 2 Corruptors are the price of 1 Colossi, although of course he does have a lot more money than me.
Okay, looks like he's going to still get aggressive here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep these sentries back if I can.
Oh, that's good force field right there.
Yeah. If I can focus out on these Corruptors. I should probably back up a bit
Yeah,
here. I
you
don't
have
want
1 Colossi here.
Yeah, I'm building some more, but they've been kind of taken out a bit. So I just try to warp in some zealots there to buy a little bit of time.
Right.
I didn't want to react to my army over there just because he was kind of waiting on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Base is under attack.
I should kill that changing. I was wondering how I was getting high ground vision. I was like, what's going on over there? So I should go check his high tech now. Kinda.
Okay.
And I should probably get a fleet beacon because at this point it's getting kind of scary. I don't really see myself winning from here if he has hive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get. I'm kind
Mothership
of pinned
in
to my
time?
base. Yeah.
Mm.
Although he keeps streaming roaches in, which is my only hope, is that he kind of just stays committed to his roaches.
Is 3 base enough for a mothership army?
It's gonna have to be because you can't move out until you hit 200
Right.
against the Hydra thing. So
Okay. But typically it doesn't I mean, it's enough
typically
gas.
1-4.
Okay.
Because you can see I'm pretty short on gas,
Right.
so I'm gonna have to warp in some
Oh,
zealots.
yeah. That's just not ideal.
Nah. I'm gonna try to set up the bottom base here. Let's see how his hive tech's going. Okay, he's already hive, which is never good.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to chrono boost this mothership out. He's trying to just get rid of some stuff here. I should get blink too.
Mineral field depleted.
And I definitely need another. Okay, do have another Colossi. That's good. I know I'm gonna get Immortals here because they're pretty bad against sorry,
Mineral field depleted.
whatever it is he's making. Grid Lords.
Grid Lords, there you go. Yeah.
So now I can burn some of this minerals on some photon cannons.
Are you gonna leave supply for a mothership, or are you just gonna go ahead and max? And...
I'm already building a mothership. It's halfway done.
Oh, you are.
so-
Okay. Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Shoot. Sorry. See it.
So I just need to hope I can get Vortex up. Looks like his army's coming around. He's still really roach heavy. You can actually beat this first army. I can beat without the mothership because it's very roach heavy.
Right.
And you know, a couple brood orcs aren't going to be the end of it. Definitely want to get this link up though. I'm a little bit late.
It seems like he would have attacked already, so you're probably gonna.
Yeah,
you're gonna have your mothership.
I guess he didn't have brood orcs quite as. I thought he'd hit with a giant brood orc army right about now, and it wouldn't have Vortex up, and I'd be kind of screwed. But it looks like, you know, he's not. You know, he attacked a little bit slower than I thought he might have.
Right.
Unfortunately, I moved my observer out the wrong time. There his army goes.
There it is. Where's the rest of it? Oh, there. Okay. Oh, your mothership's a little separated though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help too much anyway if it doesn't have,
Yeah, vortex.
yeah,
True.
it's just not gonna have here anyway. But here the goal is just, you know, try to roast these roaches here. And then once the roaches are gone, you blink in. His army actually looks surprisingly small there. It's a little bit...
Yeah, I mean, you didn't lose much there.
No, I lost 40 to it, but
Yeah, but they were all like zealots. And
yeah,
sentries.
mostly.
Base is under attack.
Oh, there we go. Nope, got enough cannons there. Damn. All right, so now he's pretty much forced to have to engage this.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna back out, play a little safer, wait for a little more energy,
Okay.
try to set up a 5th. You know, there's no reason to be hasty.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you still don't quite.
I just
have
want to
the
commit
vortex.
too far into creep. It's so good that once you get like about 6, what do you call them? 6 Archons.
Archons, yeah. That is a nasty army right there. You're banking now too.
Yeah. The minerals aren't too good because I just want to make mostly Archons, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to build a lot of cannons everywhere, maybe. With some of my main. Alright, now I've got all the Archons I want. I've got good amount of energy. I can just throw up some cannons here on my last base. And I'm gonna add up some more gateways too, I think. And now we're gonna move out. And while I'm moving out, I'll put this observer back on the other side. I should have had it.
Oh, I see.
It's always good. I should have had an observer on the other side as soon as I move my army down here. You always want to, you know, your backup observer on the opposite side of your army, just so you can
Right.
see what's coming.
So are you afraid of any kind of base trade scenario here? Because I mean that's a nasty army, so I wouldn't blame him for not even engaging it.
Not really. I've got enough bases I can rebuild infrastructure pretty quickly. I've got warp gates in 2 locations.
Where'd those elves come from?
Yeah. So here I want to move the Archons back if I can, actually.
Oh, that's that. Oh, nice. Yeah, you got a way better concave there.
Yeah. He really needs to set up a flank here, and I just throw these Archons.
Throw him in there. Oh boy, he's in
Yeah.
trouble. 8 Archons in there with everything else.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh man, that is. Oh, actually, no. Ultras suck against Archons.
Yeah, they're not great.
Yeah.
They're not super bad, but they're not great
They're
either.
not great though. Look at those Archons, man.
So now we're just gonna.
Should probably be GG here, right?
Yeah, I think the only way he could have beaten that army I had there was with like a big Baning flank.
Oh, I see.
And he had the Banings, but they all went from one direction, so
Right.
they weren't really do too much. You know, maybe overlords with Banings in them
Right.
would have been great.
All right.
Um,
Let's get Bryce on here.
Sure.
Bryce, you there? Oh, gotta get him on. You tell him to get on Skype here.
I'm on Skype.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Well, GG.
GG.
Congrats, iSAxslav, for the win. Ended up being 4-2.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's talk about that game. That game was pretty interesting game. I felt like there were a lot of tech switches there.
Yep.
Yeah. Were you planning on doing like a 2-base Hydra bust? Or...
Yeah.
And then you saw the cannons and were like, uh-oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cannons are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
I was expecting, like, you opened, like, Stargate every single game, so I was kind of just hoping for, like, that sort of a timing, but then I realized the window wasn't there.
Yeah, I only made 1 Void Ray, so...
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think we have that much time. Maybe we could. I don't know. Is there any game that you kind of want to look at really briefly, or we could just go straight into questions if y'all want. I'll leave it up to you guys.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any game in particular that y'all would want to look at again? I don't know if y'all want to look at any of them again.
I think maybe see what the stream wants.
Okay,
Probably is the
sure.
best way to do it.
Any
See what
which
the thread says.
yeah which map do y'all want to see, guys? That might want to just kind of go over again. we've got a little bit of time here before our Q&A session, so. I guess nobody wants to see anything. I want to see machine flex. Okay, how about the Daybreak ring? Really? You said last game or Daybreak?
Well, Daybreak wasn't very.
Yeah, Daybreak. There's not
like-
much to talk about there.
A lot of void rays and
Yeah.
sports get dying.
All right, let's just look at the last game real quick.
All right.
Alright, so that's Metalopolis.
Yeah. So last game you were definitely going Hydra, right? 2-base Hydra.
Yeah.
Bryce.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna go Nidus or not.
Yeah, I was a little worried about Nidus and drops.
I figured you'd be ready for it, so I didn't. It was like something I was thinking about, but in the end, I decided close air wasn't like very beneficial. But if we were cross map, I might have tried Nidus.
Okay, let's see. I think the biggest point. I mean, obviously you switched tech after that because, given that he scouted your Hydras, right, and then you decided not to attack, which is obviously the smart thing to do because he can end up as natural. But you did have that big attack on the third. Maybe we can go there. You know, kind of talk through the game from there because I think that's kind of where the game started to.
Alright, let me know what time it is. I'll get it.
Okay.
fast forward
Yeah,
up
it's
there.
probably. I bet it's like 15 minutes or something like that. Trying to get there.
Yeah, me too.
These games. Gosh, they need group replays.
Yeah.
Are the swarm group replays, please?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, man. Okay, so we got the Hydras. Took your third. So after you decided to back off, Bryce.
Yeah.
Definitely wanted to get aggressive, right, with the Hydras.
Yeah.
Were you feeling okay though, or you were?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
I knew I'd have like a big drone deficit. I tried to kind of like saturate the third up as quickly as possible, but
Right.
I knew I wasn't at the drone count I really needed
Right.
at that point.
Okay.
At the 13-minute mark, we actually had the exact same supply, which is pretty bad for.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Let's go to. Let's see. Where is it?
It's
Okay,
like
it's like
15 minutes.
Yeah, let's go 15 minutes.
Alright, I'm set at 15.
Okay.
15 exactly.
Okay,
Alright,
so at this point, you pretty much felt like you had to do damage here, right, Bryce?
Yep.
Okay.
I was maxed and I had like 1/1 upgrades.
Right.
You never ever want to be maxed on Roach Hydra. Like,
Right.
You're pretty much all in when you do that.
Mhm.
But because of the opening and like my choice to go 2-base Hydra in the beginning, I was kind of forced into this composition.
Okay. Why don't we go 2x?
Alright.
Alright.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. And
Alright.
you were able to get what? You were able to get actually 7 corruptors out here. Okay, so here we go.
So I knew this was a horrible position to attack in,
Right.
but like I said before, I'm forced to attack. I have to get some sort of a trade out of this, even if it's extremely inefficient. So here I kind of just like got my trade, was able to kill off his Colossus, and then just was kind of hoping I could keep re-engaging. But I figured the natural might be a better place to do
Sorry,
that
guys.
because it's not on the ramp, and you
Right.
can't really, you can't just like force field me away.
Right.
But once again, I kind of just got like a horrible trade that is natural, even though
Yeah.
I'm not like 40 or 50 supply or so.
Sorry guys, I hadn't switched to the StarCraft stream until just now, so
Oh,
sorry viewers. But okay, so now you're backing off. But you're on 4 base and you're taking a hive at this point.
yeah, I'm taking a hive, but I'm still. I mean, I have to have trades, and once again, I'm maxed, but I can't do anything. So I go ahead and I throw about 12 roaches away,
Right.
just because I have to free up that supply. Drone up, and then start throwing down spines. So I'm not I haven't lost yet, but I'm just not in the greatest of positions.
I see.
And I figured he was going mothership by this point.
Right.
Yeah, I
So-
think if you after that very first attack, if you immediately droned up instead of going for the second one, you might have been okay.
Maybe.
But because you after that first attack, you re-popped in Roach Hydra, which if you just saved the money, built drones, and went for like, because I mean, it would have been risky if I countered, you would have been in trouble, but
Yeah, that's what I was.
you can kind of figure if they defend a Roach Hydra attack, they're probably not going to counter. If they lose their Colossi like I did. Maybe they would, I don't know.
Yeah. So once he gets the mothership out, there's just no coming back from that?
There is, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, mothership's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the reasoning behind my Ultraless tech switch, because as soon as I saw that, actually, if you look, like, I already have the Ultra Den down, I'm starting, like, melee and such. I expected him to have mothership out. So I'm trying to think, like, a step ahead of him.
Right. So tell me about Ultras, I mean.
Well, they aren't completely useless against, like, Vortex.
Mothership, yeah.
Vortex, yeah. Threw in like 8 Archons in there with you too. That's just like, oh man.
Yeah.
That's harsh. But,
Yep.
Alright.
Cool. The only way, maybe if you set up a good flank in last battle, you might have had a chance. You know, if you're able to circle around behind me with some banelings.
I had some around behind you, but you Vortexed.
Yeah, well, I vortexed all the front ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Just probably had a little bit too many coming from that one angle. But also, I think I just have, you know, have a little more guys. Actually, not too much. Just see the army sizes. I'm ahead by about 2,000. Actually, only about 1,000 resources in army, so.
Right. Alright, well, I think that's about it. Why don't we just go straight into Q&A?
Sure.
Alright, let's pull some questions. But good series, guys. I think we learned a lot from watching it. I know I did. Hopefully the viewers did too. So you know, I just want to first off thank you guys for the series. Let me bring up the questions. Let's see where we are. So we're gonna go to the thread first. Hopefully a lot of people posted on the thread. It looks like a lot of people did. That's just pretty cool. So let me go to the bottom. It's this thread, by the way, guys. If you don't have the link. Okay, so where are we? Okay, a lot of good comments. Thanks, guys. Let's see, I'm trying to find a question though. Okay, here we go. Fear Dragon. 3 questions for both you guys. I guess we'll give them 3. in PvZ, if Protoss 3 gate expands and Zerg goes hatch before pull, is Protoss behind economically without putting on pressure? Assuming Zerg doesn't roach all in. Question applies for both a Zerg taking a third around 9 minutes and 11 minutes. A question, yeah. So question applying for both, yeah. Okay, right.
I would say the Protoss is behind. If Zerg goes hatch first, you get 3 gate expand. You definitely have to put on some pressure.
Right.
Although if they take a 9 or 11 minutes, both those are pretty late thirds.
Oh, very.
So yeah, so you're probably actually don't. If they take a third as late as 9 minutes, you're probably fine without putting them on pressure. But in general, you have to.
Okay, great. Second question: will the replays be released? Are you guys okay with me putting in a pack? Sure. Okay, yeah, I'll put it up, guys, either later tonight or tomorrow. In this thread, so come back to this thread. Last one, do you guys have any particular advice about playing long series, I guess like this? In tournament settings, do you think it's better to try and adapt to a build a bit toward your opponent's style, or just stick with the exact way you practiced?
Honestly, I think sticking with the exact way you practice is going to make you a much more consistent player. You'll notice that, like, most people, like first-time players that go to like a tournament like an MLG or something, you know, they throw everything they know out the window and they do like a 6-pool or something, and it's never going to work. And first off, you can never really 6-pool your way through like a tournament or something like that, or just cheese your way through it. Just play exactly as you practice, and you'll do much better, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's true, although I think it is good to throw in 1 or 2 builds that you practice that are a little bit different to try to take your opponent off their beat. So like, you know, like mixing in a 2 Stargate build. You know, but if you haven't practiced it, you definitely shouldn't, because it's not going to work. But it is good to have, you know, 1 or 2 kind of little bit tricky builds you have up your sleeve to. If you do them earlier in the series, it gives your opponent something in back there to think about for the rest of the game. So it's a little bit good.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's no point in doing some stuff that you haven't practiced.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah,
anybody's
definitely.
quite good enough for that. Yeah. Next one. 2 questions for Bryce. How do you handle queens larva injections? I'm currently hotkeying queens at 7 through 0. Is there a better way?
The way that I do it, that I think is probably the best way you could possibly do it, is I actually change my base change hotkey, the backspace, to tilde. I hotkey my queens all like a universal hotkey for all my queens on W, which is actually like 0. I just remapped it so it's at W because Zerg doesn't have warp gates and doesn't really use W. And then I just spam like tilde WV and it runs through all my hatcheries perfectly fine. I get off very quick injects, and I honestly think it's the best way to go about doing it.
Okay. Follow up to that, and you don't seem to get macro hatch. Is there a reason for this? I normally get one before taking a third base. Is that a waste? Actually, you do. Actually,
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get macro hatches a ton. You need a macro hatch against Terran. You'll typically get it when your lair is about halfway complete, or like once your lair completes. Against Protoss, you also need a macro hatch unless you're doing like a 2-base roach all-in or something.
Right.
But you should probably grab your macro hatch after your third against Protoss.
Okay. Great. Question from Chump Killa. Question for Axslav. Do you think Stargate is essential for PvZ? Since I guess you open Stargate quite a bit in this series.
Wait for PvZ.
Yeah.
I don't think it's essential at all. I think it's you either need to have a Stargate or you need to mix in some 2-base Blink Stalker all-in builds, or else you're gonna run into too many troubles against Mutalisk. Like if you just blind go, Colossi every game, you're definitely gonna run into trouble. So I don't think it's essential, but I think it's the best scouting method because unlike Fast Observer or Fast Hallucination, it both scouts and it forces a reaction from your opponent.
Right.
It's a similar thing, I think, either Stargate or Gateway Pressure, like I did on Tal'Darim, or a Warp Prism opening. Those are the 3 ways they're the best ways to kind of scout. You always want to scout, and those are the 3 ways that also force a reaction and have the opportunity to do some damage to your opponent. So recommend one of those 3. I don't think Stargate's essential, though. A lot of people have been doing the Warp Prism opening after Forge Expo, and that's just as good.
Okay. Great. See, last one from the thread. Well, actually, it keeps being more and more in the thread. I don't know, Mooch, Lal, or whatever. I have a question for Machine. It's 2 parts, kind of lengthy. Oh, here we go. Bryce, if you don't scout 2-base double Stargate, all in, and you're not building blind Hydras, do you think the best response should be to sack the hatch and build what? Okay. I guess if they're going to 2-base Stargate, double Stargate, and you don't scout it, and you're not building blind Hydras, do you think the best response should be to sack your hatch and build reactionary Hydra Den? Yeah.
I don't think sacking the expansion is like necessary, really. Like, and unless you don't have any spores at it. But yeah, if you're unable to really hold it off, kind of like I guess the Daybreak game, then
Right.
yeah. From there, I probably should have just tried to sack it at that point. And yeah, just throw down a reactionary Hydra Den, but I really don't know. That game just kind of confused me, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you were still probably hoping that the Spire units were, or the mutas would I don't know, probably do something in
It's
time.
difficult because like at first I was able to scout just like 5 or 6 Voiders or something like that. In which case it's still kind of fine to go Muta.
Right.
But then when they were following it up with Phoenixes, that's kind of what throws you off. So
Yeah.
I was hoping that he wasn't going to make Phoenix, and then Muta still would have been viable, but that didn't work.
Right. Okay, and there's one follow-up to, or do you think that the response sacking the base would allow you to go Muta? Okay. Well, I think we kind of answered that. You don't have to sack the base. Still go Muta or whatever tech you choose, since you will be retaining your anti-air from your third and can produce a few more queens and spores.
Yeah, if you can hold it off, I think the best way to do it would be to transition to Infestor, actually. Like, if you can hold it just with queens and spores. But
Right.
if you're really unable to, I think that game there was no way I would be able to. Then yeah, just sacking it and going like Hydros would have been the best.
Okay, great. Let's see. Let's see. When should I take my third if Protoss don't do Forge Expand? Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good question. If they open just Gateway, I have a problems when they go air and kill my third. So don't we all?
I typically take it like as my lair is about to complete, if they're going like a 1-base expand build, or like right after lair if I'm doing like some sort of 2-base lair like pressure, like speed roach or something like that.
Okay, great. All right, let's find one here for all these Zerg questions.
Yeah.
Trying to get one for iSAxslav here. Okay. Oh, here's a question for. Oh, actually, we kind of answered that one already. Yeah, I saw these Zerg questions. I'm gonna have to ask them all. How does Zerg win late game once Terrans have ghosts and Protoss get Mothership Archon out? That's a good question.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like the whole Mothership Archon is kind of like throwing me for a loop right now.
Yeah.
I usually don't win when they get a Mothership up, so I haven't quite figured it out yet. But I think like maybe like I don't know, being really aggressive with drops and just kind of playing counterish might end up working. But as far as like just taking out like a giant like max Mothership army, I haven't quite figured that out yet.
How viable is like I remember when Shu was on the show.
Yeah.
He actually told me there are a few ways that he's lost to it, or he's lost when he's had Mothership. Is the Overseer with Corruptors killing Observer, and you know they just spam basically Neural Parasite on the Mothership.
I mean, I guess that could work.
It's pretty hard to
But
pull
just that, like,
off, but
yeah, well, it's
it's,
such a short range that
yeah.
difficult.
But yeah, that's and with Ghosts,
Ghosts, Ultralist, just switch between Broodlord and Ultra, and just continue to do it until their ratio of like Viking or like Thor Ghost is kind of lopsided. Broodlords are really like good against just about everything in the Terran army except Ghosts,
Right.
and Ultralists are pretty decent against Ghosts. So if they start mixing in Ghosts, the best thing to do is to start mixing in Ultra.
Right. All right, some iSAxslav questions. iSAxslav, when you do that 8 Zealot poke you did on the 3rd, when does that generally hit? I guess a timing kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't actually know the exact game time, but it's just as soon as you get 8 Zealots. I assume I'm in race 3, so the one on Tal'Darim is pretty much the fastest you can pull that off.
Right. Let me fix your camera. Your camera's kind of messed up. I need to fix your camera. But okay, next question. Let's see. Okay, to Machine. You mentioned that being maxed on Roach Hydra is essentially all in. What's the preferred way of playing if you don't want to risk losing to a push? I end up maxing out a lot, knowing I'm certain to lose, but I'm not sure how else to play.
You should really never commit too many resources to like either roaches or hydralists. Like sometimes I'll do like roach pressure, and then like kind of like what iSAxslav was saying earlier, I would maybe hit like a timing, like as soon as they try to take their 3rd or something. But I would not repop with roaches. I'd repop with like Zerglings, drones, spines, and then just tech to Broodlord. It's honestly a big reason why I never make hydralists, because you're just committing a ton of resources to something that's essentially like kind of an all-in. It forces you to be all-in. So
Right.
yeah, try to just repop with static defense and hold expansions, and just forget about playing like aggressive after your initial timing.
Okay. How about 2 more for each of y'all, and we'll call it a night for questions. Wow, there's like a ton of excellent questions now. Okay, let's pick one here. Okay, so hey, iSAxslav, when in a base race with Muta, how is it possible to win?
Short answer is it's not.
Right.
So there's 2 options against Muta. One is if you're kind of not in a great position, you just attack them and hope they don't base race. And then the other solution is if you're in a good position, you have 3 solid bases, your upgrades are good, you got Storm, you got Blink Stalkers. You want to leave a chunk of your army back and put about 6 cannons in each base. And then 6 cannons plus if you leave, maybe 10 Blink Stalkers back and 1 Templar back. That should be enough to defend against his counter, and your main army hopefully will be strong enough to deal with the mutas as well.
Okay. Jesus. Let's see. Okay, Machine, what are some tips for using Muta versus Toss?
Never engage their army. You really are
Right.
only using like mutas for mobility unless they're what do you call it? Their composition isn't suited to deal with mutas, and like the only time I could really see that is like if they're like Void Ray, like heavy, or just like pure Sentry or something. So you're almost never engaging, and purely just looking for like a base race scenario. So you want to harass, try to prevent goods, maybe pick off like tech structures, production facilities, and then just try to max out with that. So.
Okay, great. Let's see. Last one for Axla. Let's pick a good one. Okay, there's one by Iotix. What's your opinion on 3-gate expand nowadays? Is it too safe? Or is it an outdated build or opening?
I think it's mostly outdated. It's really not any safer. I mean, I guess it's safer than a 1-gate expand, but 1-gate expand is perfectly safe if you execute it really well. So the only point of 3-gate is to put pressure on, and on most of the maps, the distance is big enough a Zerg can react in time, and you can just throw up some spines, and by the time you hit their base, they'll be ready. The only time I think it can be good is on close air spawn, metal, or shattered, because then you can put a pylon in your main, you can reinforce easily without having to wait for proxy pylon to get up, and it's just a pretty short walking distance, so you can catch a Zerg off guard a lot of times. But it's not an expansion build, it's a pressure build with an expansion behind it, so it's not an all-in pressure, but you definitely have to do some damage with it.
Okay, great. All right, one more from Machine. Last question. Who's going to be the lucky one? I think I don't want to ask the chest hair one. I really don't want to ask that one. So somebody else come up with a question.
There's one.
All right, come on. Okay, here we go. Zonbo. Machine, ZVZ, if you're going 14-14 opener and opponent is going hatch first and gets a spine up, should you just drone up or go for baneling pressure?
I almost always just start droning up at that point. The second I even start seeing it build, and I know it's going to finish before my timing hits, I would just immediately stop all Zergling production, start droning up myself, and then, focus on holding my expansion, maybe putting some pressure on with only Zerglings and not banelings, so that he thinks you still have the potential to be, try some sort of a baneling bust. Maybe he'll use some larvae to make some Zerglings early on instead of drones. But yeah, as soon as that spine gets up, unless you do some sort of crazy all-in or he's playing extremely greedy, you're almost never going to be able to break it.
Right. Okay, guys, thanks for answering all those. I hope you viewers got all the answers you wanted. At this point, we're going to do some shout-outs. So I don't know if you guys have exactly the same shout-outs. I'm sure there's going to be some overlap here, but whoever wants to go first. How about Nick? You go first.
I've had to give a shout to the team and the house and all my teammates here, especially Bryce. He was visiting me with over the break, and it was fun going out and everything. And of course, shout out to all of EG's great sponsors. Steel Series, Intel, Monster Energy, Kingston, and Beyond Gaming.
All right, Bryce.
All right. First and foremost, thank you, Nick, for smashing me. It was a lot of fun. No, but seriously, I'd like to thank Nick. Obviously, he's pretty much been the one player that's really dramatic improved my ZVP. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching this, and continue watching and grab all your friends. Let's make this something.
Yeah.
And thank you once again, Chanman, for hosting this for us. And thanks to my teammates, thanks to all of my great sponsors, Kingston, Steel Series, Monster Energy Drink, Beyond Gaming, Intel Extreme Motherboards. Thank you to all my sponsors, and I wouldn't be here without them. So, thank you.
Awesome. Well, again, I want to thank you guys for being on, and something about you guys, especially you, Machine, that just feels like home whenever I have you guys on the show because, just a familiarity and everything.
Yep.
So I want to thank you guys for that. And again, it was a great series. I want to thank Let'sCrosby.com, who's actually my first sponsor. If you want to see train wrecks and Let's Plays, it's a good site to go visit. So Let'sCrosby.com. Yeah, so that's gonna conclude the show. Episode 11 will be Monday. We're gonna have Liquid Cheth on the show, so it should be a pretty good time. Tell your friends, and like Machine said, I'm trying to get as many viewers, for this show because all I've gotten is really good feedback. So I feel like the show is pretty good. So it's just a matter of getting placement on TL. So definitely. Bump the TL thread. I actually have a sponsored thread now too, so you can bump that too, and hopefully we'll get on the calendar for next show. But VODs will be up tomorrow on my YouTube channel. But for now, you can just watch the Twitch. You just get on my Twitch page here, and you can see the VODs there. And the replay pack, I'll have it up tomorrow too. So, all right, guys, call it a night. Good night.
Night.